Colorado has rules that prevent new oil and gas drilling too close to homes. But new homes, well, they can be built right up to existing oil and gas operations. It's led to neighbors asking for real-time information on air quality and safety. Our Mark Salinger shows us a new approach.
In the town of Erie, the way the wind is blowing matters.
Absolutely. It's going to determine where the air is coming from.
Homes sit with oil and gas pads just beyond their backyards. Now there's something new in between.
These are gases that can't be seen or smelled. There's really no way to know they're in the air if you're not directly measuring them.
10 of these air quality monitoring stations were just installed around Erie, pumping out real-time information available publicly online about emissions coming from the oil and gas sites nearby, as well as from landfills.
This is the first step of a brand new era of air quality monitoring.
David Frank is the Energy and Environmental Program Specialist for the town of Erie.
How safe is safe? What levels are dangerous? Those are very difficult questions to answer, and with any difficult scientific problem, you have to start with collecting good data.
While there are strict rules regulating the emissions the sites produce, towns like Erie felt they didn't have enough information to determine what amount of exposure to dangerous compounds like benzene is safe. These new monitors can catch small emissions that could previously go overlooked.
My hope is that it will inform future legislation to ensure the safety of residents that live next to these facilities.
The study is primarily designed to understand what people might have been exposed to.
Erie is working with CSU to track the data, including Professor Jeff Collett. He's the head of the Atmospheric Science Department there.
When you're really close to a source like an oil and gas pad, things are changing so quickly. So even if you look now, 10 minutes from now, it might be different.
Real-time information designed to help answer questions.
You have oil and gas, you have development. How can they coexist the most safely?
Emissions can change very quickly based on wind speed and direction, and monitors that only measure air quality periodically can miss some of the pollution plumes. That's why this real-time monitoring is so important, and ultimately they'll get more data over time that'll help them understand if there are impacts from long-term exposures. Kyle, Erie is not the first town to do this. Broomfield is kind of leading the way, as well as Longmont and Boulder also trying it out.
So people get this real-time information, then what's actionable? What are they supposed to do with it?
Yeah, the CSU professor that I spoke with there, he says that you can use it to say, well, if there's bad air quality right now, I don't want to go for a walk or go for a run. But where it's really more powerful is going to be in the long term, where they say, all right, you've been exposed to this much benzene, for example, over this much amount of time. How is that impacting people who live right there? So it's both long term and short term, and that's what makes this so powerful.
Mark, thank you. Appreciate it.